Hello, it's good to see you today. I want to show you what our house looks like on just day out, day in, day out basis. I know there's a question sometimes like, what does your house look like every day, right? Because I can always make it look nice and picked up and everything, but of course it doesn't always look that way.
Okay, so the first thing I will say is that flat surfaces still absolutely collect clutter. We're gonna go around and clean these up as well. So I'll show you what collects, but then also how we clean it back up, because honestly, like, this looks pretty messy right now, right?
But like I've said 100 times before, this doesn't stress me out anymore because it's really not a lot of inventory, and I know we can pick it up very quickly. So what we've been working on today is we're actually headed to Diana and Princeton's house. And so we're having to bring 2 pans of cheesy potatoes. We're also bringing some monkey bread and a strawberry bundt cake. So I actually need to get the potatoes put together and in the oven, but that'll feel good because then I can actually clean everything up. I also want to show you, I've made a couple impulse buys just in the last day or two. So I'll show you what I still impulse buy. And this mess over here is actually the aftermath of Easter at my parents' house, but there was a couple really cool things that the kids got, and so I want to show you those too. And I don't know why the dogs are barking on this side. Okay, so like I said, it's always gonna be the flat surfaces that continue to collect stuff. And what I've learned now over the years is that there's no magic solution to that. We're always trying to find the solution, but the truth is that all of these flat surfaces, our table, our coffee table, the ledge by the door, the kitchen counters, that it just takes regular upkeep and tidying. But of course, as we've reduced our inventory, it is so much easier to stay on top of. Like I said, this doesn't actually stress me out at all. So once the potatoes are in the oven, then I'll get the kids together and we'll kind of all tackle these areas. So I think that's my biggest encouragement for you. Keep reducing the inventory until your house doesn't stress you out anymore. And that threshold is different for all of us, and that's totally okay. Okay, there's so many things I want to tell you. I want to not forget. A gift my parents gave me, oh goodness, I don't know, so many years ago, was a casserole style crock pot, and I love it. It's the only crock pot I have anymore, and we use it for everything. And so I'm putting one of the pans of cheesy potatoes in there. Well, I'll bake it in the oven and then transfer it to there so it can stay warm. And then the other one I just got in the oven. So I'm gonna make up this second one quick. Tom went to the home improvement store. We got like 120 trees that have to be planted within 5 days of receiving them. They're local. We'll talk about, I'll have him share more about that later, because I think we're gonna have better success this year than other trees we've ordered. So I'm gonna finish this up real quick, and then I'll show you what I've been working on, why the dining room table has been such a mess.
Okay, so now over here, mostly this mess is my stuff. There's a little bit of Tom's stuff to get put away.
I had this idea to make like a little bundt cake recipe book where we could put all of our favorite bundt cake recipes together. And so we made monkey bread, because you also make that in a bundt cake pan. And then also we're working on the strawberry bundt cake. So I figured today I want to bring it to other people's homes so we don't just have all of this like sugar sitting around our house, because we will eat it. So I'm like, I'm gonna make them today so I can bring them to Diana's house. But I wanted to take like some pictures of them. So I was trying to like set it all up on the table so it looks really pretty and nice. So we will decorate that strawberry bundt cake by the end before we head out. So I'm excited to show you that. I mean, hopefully in my head it looks really cool. So I'm hoping that is gonna turn out really well. Okay, I just remembered I have to show you my impulse buy. So I'll do that next, along with what the kids got for Easter that I thought was really cool. But one of the ways that I think it's easiest to keep our house picked up is to kind of find what each kid is good at. And so Adeline, she's in the bathroom right there doing her hair. She is really good at resetting the couch. So she knows how I like the pillows, and she like makes the cushions look all nice and puts the blanket back how it is. So I really appreciate that. So usually she gets tasked in here with like resetting the living room. And then Maggie, we're gonna show, she is like a pro at the bathroom. And then we're gonna set the boys to work on the dishwasher. They do not like that. They will grumble about it the whole time, but it needs to get done, right? But this video is sponsored by Allform, and we love our Allform couch. I've mentioned before, I'm not actually very protective of it. I'm really protective of my leather couch. So I've been curious to see like, how is this couch gonna hold up? We've had it for 5 or 6 months now. That's kind of wild. We've had it for many months now and it is holding up great. The cushions all have the same shape as when it was brand new. And so I'm very glad about that because quality is important whenever we're trying to live more simply. But here's what's so cool about Allform and why we feel confident partnering with them. They're a sister company to Helix, our mattresses that we love. The couches are made here in the US. And the price includes delivery to your door in the US. But what's so nice about it is it comes in multiple boxes, so it's very easy to get it inside your home. And then from there, putting it together is a breeze, no mechanical skills required. But the most fun part is how you can mix and match and select your style that fits your home. So you select the color, you select the material. It is pet and stain friendly, stain resistant, super easy to clean up, and you select the configuration. They have sofas, they have chairs. You decide how many seats you want it to be. Do you want to create a sectional? Do you want to make an L style? Do you want to have a chaise end? Do you want to have an ottoman? You get to completely customize it to your space. And that is what is so cool about it. We had been looking for couches. Do you call it couch or sofa? We call them couches. For months for this space, and we're getting so frustrated by it. So then when we found Allform, it was so easy to go online to make the selection, and then of course to put it together as well. So we are thrilled with our, oh, Tom is here. He must have just got back. And of course you get 100 days to try it out. So we have a link down below where you can save 20% off your own custom sofa, and they have flexible payment options too. Hey Gagey, what are you working on? Yeah, that's super cool. And do the markers smell good? Or they smell good, markers? Yeah, you got that for Easter too. Very cool. And Adeline just came out looking stunning. Super cute outfit. We actually got your top at a thrift store. And then, oh, both your jacket and your top were from the thrift store, weren't they? Yeah, no. Yep, looking good. That reminds me, I need to do my hair before we go too. Okay, impulse buys. I was at Walmart getting groceries and stuff, and I saw this serving tray. So cake stands and like serving dishes are my weakness, and it's, you know, it's the Pioneer Woman brand. It just made my heart so happy. I can literally say that it sparks joy, right? And Adeline thought it was pretty cute too. So I don't know when we'll use it, but I think the next time we entertain, we'll just figure out a way to use it because it's so pretty. And then I was at, we were at the dollar store and I got some zinnia seeds because the weather has been so junky in Minnesota and I think we just need some life. And so I'm gonna start these inside and we'll just, I don't know, we'll see if they grow or not. For $1, I don't really feel like I have anything to lose, so we're just gonna give it a go. All right, we wanted to show you what these two got for in their Easter baskets from Nana and Grandpa because they're actually really cool little robotics kits. So Corbin's is a pop can robot, but where did the pop can go, Corbin? We don't know. Okay, we lost the pop can. And then Gage's is a spider that actually climbs on its own. Maggie's holding the other end that climbs on its web. Do you want to show it, Gage? Oh, it's going that way right now. But when it gets to the other end, it actually turns around on its own, right? And you guys put these together all by yourselves, didn't you? Yeah.
It's really simple.
That's really cool. All right, there it goes. And these were just from Walmart. Yeah, see, and it turns around and goes back the other way. That's really cool.
Yep.
You can go straight up too. Wow, Gage, that's really cool. All right, now get off the couch like that. And Corbin is retrofitting his robot to now have a bottle on it. Wow, that's pretty cool. You love all this kind of stuff, don't you? And something else I want to add too is, you know, we call ourselves minimalist, but day in and day out, I don't think of that. I feel like we're very regular, like making cakes and monkey bread and buying serving dishes and planting zinnias and the kids doing their projects. And so what's so funny is like all the stuff that I got rid of, I mean, we showed our storage space recently. I don't miss it because it wasn't the stuff we were using day in and day out. And Dana from A Slob Comes Clean, she's been talking a lot recently about decluttering for your current season of life. And I have to tell you, that is so liberating and freeing to just have the stuff that we're using right now. Okay, so I'm gonna get everyone into their areas to start picking up so that we can have the house picked up before we head out. Okay, real quick, I did want to show one other thing. We are still completely missing like all of the trim. This is a stack of the rest of the flooring that needs to go down in the rest of the laundry room and the other bathroom. Down here is actually a box of my books. We still have just a few left for sale, so I can link to those as well. I need to find a home for those, but I didn't want to put them in the basement where they could get wet. And then over here as well is more construction supplies, the white trim we want to put down. And so if you are remodeling or have remodeled or all that, that stuff still floats around our house too. I just don't usually show it in videos, right? I just try to usually angle so that it's not showing. So just so you know, I don't have any secret solutions for that kind of stuff, but I do try to keep it kind of like neat and put together, because when it's everywhere or just really messy looking, then it feels even more stressful. I mean, don't get me wrong, I would prefer this stuff wasn't like in here anymore, but it's just par for the course when you're updating your house, right? So it is what it is. And hopefully in the next month or two, it'll start to disappear. And then for an area like this, I usually say like, okay, 5 minutes to put away or take off anything that you want from here. Anything that's left on there is mine. And so putting some kind of deadline just is really helpful, and they know I'm serious about it from past experience. So that's been really helpful. I don't want to have to continue to nag and yell. So it's like, hey, 5 minutes, I'll give a warning. Like I'll say like, oh, hey, did you really want to, leave that? Do I really get to keep that? And sometimes I just toss the stuff. Sometimes I let them earn it back, but it depends on what it is and how valuable it is. All right, so Corbin is going to empty the dishwasher, and then Gage is going to load it. I don't love that our air fryer sits out on the counter all the time now, but like I said, I do have a place to put it away in our pantry cabinet. And so most of the time, though it's on the counter, if someone's coming over, then we'll usually put it into the pantry cabinet. So just so you know, I don't love it, but it kind of is what it is. All right, Maggie is gonna tackle this bathroom, but because Adeline just left a bunch of stuff out, they're gonna work on it together.
Yay.
And we're gonna not fight while we do this, right?
Okay.
Okay. All right, Gage is working on loading the dishwasher. Now to frost a bundt cake, I like to pipe it on and make it look kind of like the cakes that come from Nothing Bundt Cakes. But the easiest way, no skill required, to frost a bundt cake is just to warm up your frosting in the microwave until it's a little bit liquidy. And I put some pink food coloring in because it's a strawberry bundt cake. And just to pour it on, and you really can't mess it up. You don't want it to be too runny because then it'll just completely run off. But you'll figure it out. It's not hard. If it feels like it's too runny, just let it cool for a little bit and then go back to pouring it on. But I think this actually turned out pretty good. The girl said I should have my own bake shop, right?
Mm-hmm.
So,
bake show.
Bake show. All right, there you go. Okay, so I saw a picture online where they put strawberries in the middle, and I thought that looked pretty. So we need them to like sit up a little bit. So I'm gonna take some crumpled up parchment paper and put that in the middle, and then we'll just set the strawberries on top of there. The girls think I'm ruining the cake. I think it's gonna be fine. They look very concerned right now. What's your concern? It might disrupt the frosting a little bit, but I think it's gonna be totally okay. I'm gonna try and have it be kind of like in the middle and not so much. There, see? It's fine, we're good. All right, let's put some strawberries on. All right. One likes it, one doesn't, so well, it is what it is. All right, just about ready to go. I know I had wore this sweater top a few videos back, and many of you had commented on it that you liked it. Tom actually picked it out. It's from The Buckle, which I kind of feel like we're getting too old to walk into The Buckle now, but regardless, he picked it out. I like it too. It's just really easy to wear. So for those of you who had asked. Okay, I wanna show you, got it pretty much picked up in here and put back together. So I'm gonna show you real quick, and then I'll still show you the one area that tends to get a lot of control. All right, we'll start from this same spot again. So that looks much better in there. And we'll talk about this later. Living room's all cleaned up. The dining room is
put back together. The broom sometimes just lives in that corner. It can go in the laundry room, but we got the kitchen cleaned up. And then if we walk over here, this is where things can still just get a little out of control. So this is when they were taking the stuff off the coffee table. It pretty much just came over here. So the boys keep their stuff on these shelves, and then the girls each have their desk. And most of the time this is just what it looks like until we say, hey, we're gonna clean it up, let's clean it up. And then they clean it up, and they're good about throwing away stuff they're not using anymore. And they actually do a really good job of keeping the inventory to be kind of low so that they don't get overwhelmed by stuff, but it just creeps up, right? We have Easter, they get gifts and craft projects and different things, and we do homeschooling projects, and it creeps back up again, and then we go through and we declutter it, and it's just an ongoing process. So like I said, there's no magic solutions to the daily maintenance and upkeep besides keeping the inventory low so that it is really easy to manage, and we never feel overwhelmed when we look at it, because we know, like, okay, 5-10 minutes, we'll totally have that space put back together again. All right, Tom was bringing everything out to the car so we can get it loaded up, and we're gonna get ready to head out.
Be behind the door, and then that's tight to it, and that's tight to it.
Looks like you tucked everything into bed.
I don't want, I've tipped over many cakes, and I don't want this one to tip over.
I think it looks good. All right, here we go. I feel like my mom rushing out, like, finishing my hair and makeup quick so we can go.
You said it.
It's okay. It's just because I wanted to share this morning.
Okay.
So it went good. I mentioned you were out trying to find something to plant trees with.
Yeah, so guess what? It's springtime again, and we are planting more trees because it's what I do in the spring.
We actually had a lot of loss over the winter, which we'll show you when it's warmer outside. It's actually still very cold here in Minnesota, but so how many trees did you order now?
140.
But they were locally grown just 2 hours north of us, northwest of us. But you didn't realize the guy was going to ship them already this past week.
I thought I was going to get them next week, but I got them a couple days ago.
And he said they have to be in the ground within.
He said I had a week. He's like, because the day I called him when they showed up, I'm like, dude, it's like 30 degrees and windy out.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, they'll be fine for a week. Just leave them in the garage.
But the problem is, even when you look at the forecast for that week, it's still not
great.
Much more.
Not great. So I planted 35 or so trees this morning at our house here.
Yeah. But they're not. How big are they? They're like
3 foot.
Yeah.
2 to 3 foot.
So they're not like
but they're
big
just
trees. But
bare root. Sorry, we keep talking over each other. That's kind of bare root hybrid poplar shade trees. So we were told.
They're supposed to grow up to 12 feet this year, which we're like, we've heard this before. If you've been around with us.
We did this 2 years ago.
3 years ago, I think, we planted like a lot.
And they were not hybrid poplar shade trees, and they are still that tall.
Yep. So we'll just see.
If these ones take off, I'm mowing all those other ones down.
Yeah, I know, they're goners. So
we put so much time into you, I'm mowing you off.
Right. So I didn't really show, you had a few things around the house, and I don't really touch your stuff usually when we're like picking up and cleaning up.
That's much appreciated.
I just kind of let it be. It would be different if we were having people over, like if you were coming over today, I would have asked Tom, like, can I move this or will you move it?
So what did you touch of mine?
I didn't.
Oh, okay.
Well, your drill is still on the ledge and
right where I like it.
So
I used to like it on top of the fridge, but you ruined that, so anyways, the ledge it is.
You can't plug it in by the fridge, on top of the fridge.
That is true. You can plug it in on the ledge.
Yep. So it's still there. It's fine. But the rest of the house actually comes back together really quickly. So, which always feels good. So there you have it. That is real life at our house, what it looks like day in and day out. And I had mentioned earlier too, I said, I don't feel like we live as minimalists. Like, I feel like we still do everything normal people do. Like, we have a very full life.
What does that mean? What does it look like to live as a minimalist?
Well, I'm just saying, unless I'm making a video, like, I don't think about the fact that we like live with much less stuff than other people.
Oh, I still don't think we live with less stuff than other people.
Tom still doesn't believe me. Will you all leave a comment?
Actually, hold on. We are going to your sister's house right now, so I will 100% feel like we live less than other people.
Oh, she lives pretty simply. Well, will you all leave a comment? Do you feel like we live pretty minimally?
Tom
Be
doesn't.
honest.
Unlike Tom, do you remember when we sell real estate and we'd go into people's homes? And they'd have like the main rooms ready for the realtor to see, and they'd be like, "Oh, can we see the basement or the garage?" And they're
Or
like,
we would just start opening closet doors.
"Yeah, like, oh, I never did that. No."
I did.
So there's always treasures hidden. Anyways, I don't feel like we live all that differently than most, but because I just always feel like we have everything we need. So I guess that's probably what I'm getting at.
We do.
So,
Yep.
okay. That was a long way around getting to that point.
Oh,
All
you
right.
just wanted me to say yes, we do,
I
and
just
then
wanted
you
you to
can cut that whole conversation out.
I just wanted you to say, yes, Dawn, you're right.
I'm not gonna say that.
Because you know I'll go back and cut it in.
Yeah, and you'll use that for years to come.
Anyways, all right. Well, that's a look inside our house, but
Are you gonna tell me that?
yes, Tom, you're right.
Thank you. I know though.
All right. Well, I don't even know what to say now. All right. Well, thank you for joining us today. We really appreciate your support. Truly, it means more than you know. So we are so grateful for you. We hope that you're making all the progress in your home that you're hoping to make, and that we can just continue to be here to support you and to cheer you on. So we love you. We hope you have a great day, and we'll see you again soon.
Bye bye.